Hey guys, this is Connor and this is the joy of drawing. Today I'm going to show you how to design a beautiful cityscape using graphite. I prefer mechanical pencil personally because they're just cheap and easy. And then I use vellum paper, it's a nice clear plastic paper. I thought today it'd be nice to do a cityscape with mountains in it, kind of like Hong Kong, Rio de Janeiro type vibe. So let's get started. Here we're gonna have like a nice big mountain. You can do another one over here. Get like a nice little harbor in there. Let's do another big one over here. Just want to make sure you're balancing it out all the time. Have a nice landscape that feels really surreal and something different. So now I'm going to do the foreground before I start laying in the bigger buildings to give the smaller buildings in the front. Do like a nice little neighborhood. I just like imagining a place that I would like to live personally. So first I'm going to do these little guys. No pressure if you make a little mistake, just keep moving, and you always got your eraser, so no big deal. These little guys are fun. I'm going to start putting in a bigger spherical looking guy. Just do a big O. Kind of put in some of the structure here. Something like that. You can also put in like large monuments around the mountain. You can put in like let's put a face right here. Just think about some kind of like alien species maybe, or some godlike structure, who knows? Put in some eyes. No pressure, it's easy. It's fun to just keep doing it again and again, you just have to do repetitively and then you'll figure it out as you go and just keep trying. You always got your eraser too, so it's not a big deal. Do some like funky little earrings here. I love hoops. And let's give her some cool hair. That's fun. Nice little bang. Put in like a little tower over here. I like to think about different architect styles and trying to collage them together. That's nice. Drawing can just be so relaxing and fun. Just mushing together a bunch of different ideas at once. Not trying too hard, it's not too serious. Just sketching. Something over here. You start to put in like a little bay area as a border. Let's put in some docks. Think about like a nice harbor area. Here's a boat. Just kind of scribble, until you see something you like. It's nice to just keep going and layer things in. This one kind of reminds me of that big hotel in Dubai. Let's do another tall one right here. All right. It's fun to think about different landscapes and how they can look. And all buildings are man-made and designed by people, so it's fun to imagine a different world. Some more buildings over here. Nice little village full of cool people who are nice. It's important to surround yourself with nice people and be a part of a bigger community that's fun. Now we can do something that's like shard-like. Like a shard of glass, something like that. Just add little details in there. Maybe some cross bracing. These buildings. Something super chill. Just putting all my ideas out there at once and then keep refining and refining and refining and refining as I go. we go, another tower. Kind of build it up here. Now we can like move across the page. It's always nice to just jump around as you're going. Do something like a little lower down here. Some more towers. Maybe there's a fun hotel over here or a good club that you like. I love to draw and listen to good music. Lately I've been listening to a lot of house music and techno. It's always inspiring to listen to good music and think about a different future. Music really keeps me going. Same with drawing. Drawing's nice because it's the foundation of many human things, such as language. Started with cave drawings, and from there we have things like architecture, different languages. It's just one of the best ways to express yourself, I think. Something that's come really naturally to me, but even if it doesn't come naturally to you, it's fun to do, and as long as you do it repetitively and keep trying, that's all you have to do. It's a good way to relieve some stress. It's fun to think about too, maybe there's some like UFOs going around the city. Just put in some UFOs like that all around. You can also start to think about where the sun is or the moon. I'd like to put a sun right here. Just keep defining it. And since there's a sun here and we're thinking about water over here, you want to think about the reflection of it. So maybe we can put that, another circle right over here, over the bay we were talking about. And keep moving forward, as you have to do in life. Just keep pushing and keep aggregating things, Eventually it's going to be a part of a bigger whole that you're really going to love. So, well, at least I hope you do. I love it, personally. Just keep defining things, It's fun to just skip around. You can always come back to if something looks a little too light. It's nice with graphite. It's not too committal. With the pen, sometimes it feels a little serious. But when I'm using a pencil, I just keep going, and you can always use an eraser. So try not to be too hard on yourself. Here's a stepped building. You can think about like a nice little penthouse plaza there. It'd be fun to chill at. Listen to some good music with your friends. Some nice cutouts. It's amazing to think what engineering and materials can make possible in the future for buildings. With like 3D printing and things like that. It'll be really amazing what you can see in the buildings, and with modernism, really, I think in the future buildings will be a lot more curvaceous and a lot more user-friendly, and I think people will have a bigger hand in what these buildings will look like. So, just gonna keep moving forward, building up the little village, kind of building it up as it would over time, maybe you could think about. I like thinking about things like that while I'm drawing. A city's not made in a day, so it's cool to think of the overlapping cultures and thoughts and ideas. Maybe something like that goes at a different angle as opposed to the skyscrapers of today. I know some people don't like skyscrapers and large buildings, but I think they could be more interesting in the future. And we're starting to see some of that. Also thinking about the public space too. So here we have this large mountain. Maybe it'd be cool if that was like a giant park, Central Park. You can put like a nice little trail around it. Keep defining it. We can put like a nice little like museum or visitor center here. Some little buildings around. Maybe this is a cafe. maybe this is something else. It's up to you. Just have fun with it, you know? Make a cocktail, get your pencil out, and just start thinking about these kind of things. Let's do another one. Let's make like a horseshoe shape. You can think of like a twist almost that it's doing from your perspective. I like to keep the scale of the buildings the same personally, so it kind of reads like a map. So kind of like an axonometric map is what we say in architecture. I was trained as an architect, so that's what I reference a lot of time. It's my training. Do like a nice U there, the twist, and then I would want to maybe come over this side from the perspective we have. Then there's some overlap behind it. And we can put some more in front of it. And then we can start to layer in more of the UFOs just all around. You really want to make your eye move around the page. It's really important. I like to have a higher P where it keeps the page and your eyes just moving around at all times. And maybe there's different focal points like the sun and the reflection. But it's important to just make the viewer think about things. And to think about things, you're just going around and doing lots of different things at once. I think is what makes it interesting. Down here we have this bigger mountain. Let's do some more over here. These buildings will be on top of the tower, so they'll have a beautiful view of Our Lady and the UFOs. It's gonna be fun. I love being in a city. You meet so many cool people and so many different adventures you can go on the whole time, so it's always a good time. I also like to think about bridges too. I think bridges are just so crazy how people figured it out. How to bridge across some water, you know. I just moved to Brooklyn, so I've been really enjoying the Brooklyn Bridge, the Washington Bridge, and walking across them, and then when you're on the bridge, you can see a beautiful view of the city. That's been a big inspiration for me. Just walking around the city and seeing all the different types of buildings and people, all the different events, technology, things like that, you know. That's what really keeps me motivated to keep drawing. Let's just start to populate it. Here's some cool new people moving in. And it's fun. There's some good shopping over here. Good cafes, restaurants. I don't know what you think is what makes a good city, but I like a good city that's diverse and full of fun, different experiences, and the landscape is what provides all those experiences, so it's fun to think about what a different landscape would provide. Let's do another sphere over here. Some more. I like to just like build around different like landmark objects, I would say. So you can always come back around, define this more. And really want to show your viewer like what you want to stick out. It's up to you. It's easy with the graphite to just go back in and make things stick out more. Here's something that's super tall. Dubai vibes over here. Full of tall towers there. You can start to define it more. Put some little windows in, you know. I think what's special about cities is that they're just like a mosaic. Different ideas, different designs. It's fun to think about. And you know, maybe we don't want to repeat the square shape some more. Maybe that's too old school. So we can do more like a sphere village. People here like living in buildings that look like pearls or eggs you could think about. It's nice to be inspired by both nature and, you know, technology. Have that big mix going on. Let's go back in there and define that. Some windows. Looks like a fun place to me. Go back in here. This one's looking a little wobbly. I think it's nice not to have all straight edges, but to have more squiggly lines, personally. Just giving a big variety to your drawings will always, I think, look nice. It's nice to go out to and get inspired by all the different shapes and places. So now we want to come over here, define the left side of the drawing. Just keep bouncing around, you know. And it's nice to always zoom in really close and see like the details, but it's also nice to zoom out and look at the bigger composure of it. I think this needs a little friend over here. Let's do some more. How's that looking? That's pretty fun. Do something here, quirky. Can almost look like gems almost. Or like a rock of some sorts. Something solid. Maybe you even want to think about the city as being fluid. What if there's like a different material you could use that's kind of like jello? Maybe there's like a liquid type of building over here. So just creating that landscape, carving it out with your pencil is just the most fun thing to me. What would we want to see on the pinnacle of this? Some kind of monument? Do something like this. Woo! Get these cool effects. I think it's fun to think of leaning towers, like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Gives you some more attitude and style. Another one right here. We all need friends, so it's nice to have some friends over here. Just keep going. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can always erase it, you can always go back, you can always keep defining what you like. So it's nice to just be chill and just keep pushing forward and see what you make. And maybe you won't like this one, but you'll make another one that you will like. So it's fun. Let's put some cross bracing right here. Boop, boop, boop. A la Norman Foster. Can do some Zaha Hadid curves. Yes. Let's put some windows in here. Just keep going. Scribbling and sketching. This area is looking a little lighter now, so I'm gonna go back in and just define it a little more. Boop. Even put in another mountain right here, I think would look nice. Catch the bridge. The bridge goes over here to that side of the mountain. And then maybe there's a cool little town over there across from the bridge. Love going to Williamsburg and looking at the bridge and seeing Manhattan from the other side. It's nice to catch the sunset there too. If you're ever there, I highly suggest going. Another one. Let's do a nice little lookout. Boop. It's nice to think when you're designing buildings or things like that, to have like a nice lookout area to look at other buildings, and then eventually you have all these different beautiful views that are man-made, along with the landscape that was made by God or whatever you believe in. Some more over here. Let's do a little. This would be a cool like garden to have like a sphere, like a huge garden. kind of like that Amazon building. Less techy though, please. That's just my opinion. Some more over here. Let's put like a museum here. Museums typically have like a crazy architecture that's pretty prolific. Boop. Has this nice cantilever going out, looking into the city. It's nice to have this kind of mix of like 2D-ness and 3D-ness going with it. And then you can keep defining and making things more realistic or less realistic as you like. It's kind of fun to do that. So, whichever you prefer is all right with me. I'm gonna put some trees over here. When I do trees, I like to do just like a little squiggle. Boop, boop, boop. It's fun. And just using the graphite. If you want to use color, you know, you can always go back and put some green over top of that. Personally, for me though, I just like just these little squiggles. And then I can go back in and do a little scribble like that to talk about the bark, talk about the other part of the tree. You could do like a cool little lookout tower over here. A giant sphere, kind of like Seattle Space Needle. Like that. And then have like a nice spire. They actually, when they built the Empire State Building, they thought they could land airships on the spire. Pretty crazy. Didn't work out, but some fun ideas. And sometimes they even get built, even though they end up being stupid. So, here we go. Some more friends going around. We're just having fun. Let's put another guy over here. It'd be even nice to put like a big robot guy maybe in there. Let's do something like this. A little blocky. Let's give some big eyes over here. Modern day Statue of Liberty or something. Big eyes. Bugging out. Needs a mouth. Let's do that with some teeth. And then we can do it like 1950s style, the radio wires. Woo! He's buzzing. He's waiting for some UFOs to come and land. Maybe there's like a sick party up here that happens. Something like that. That would be fun as fuck. So, let's see. And then start to populate it, you know, the little guys coming in and out. Some more windows. It's nice to have like different window types. In the cities you'll recognize there'll be different colored windows, different tints, and those kind of things always make it nice. The more reflective windows actually are not a good thing because birds fly into them and die. So when you're designing, there's all these different crazy things you want to think about. Everything you make has an effect on something. So trying to make something positive, it's something that people like and animals like, and that's not too harmful for the environment. It's always the best thing you can do. See, I have some graphite here in my hand. Sometimes I like to take a piece of paper and use that so I don't mark it up too much, get to mark it up or anything like that. I want to keep it clean. Sometimes it is nice though to have like a dirty hand go across it and to show that the artist put some love into it. So no pressure at all. Just keep moving. It's a nice chunky guy. Reminds me of a cheese stick. Do like a little Hershey kiss over here. Remember growing up and going to Hershey, smelling all the chocolate in that town? It's delicious. It reminds me of like maybe we can do a Ferris wheel right here. You want to put some supports right there. The Ferris wheel go around, some wires. Boop boop. And then you're going to put some little circles around for the observation decks. It looks like a fun place to hang out. Have a drink or two, whatever you fancy. Put some more towers here. You can have that nice soft edge, then you can have another edge that is boop, 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 boop. Fun like that. Amazing. Just want to make everything talk to each other, you know, and through your personal experiences, you'll have a lot of different views of cities and what you think is good, what you think is not good. And maybe it's fun to put both of those inside of your city. Even if you don't really like it, it's just a memory or it gives a spot someplace. Put a spire here. Let's do some more UFOs for these guys. We come in peace. Maybe the sun has like a nice little smiley face on it too. Yeah. Happy day. Just keep filling it in. I love this little alien guy over here. He's funny. Just keep moving along. Moving across the page. You can always come back. You can always start somewhere and go somewhere else. Come back to it, you know, like life. All you gotta do is just keep moving. Let's do some more UFOs. You can start to put a border here. Some nice little bay. And might help to start doing a little shading right here. Start to define your edges. You know, every system or thing has like a different language that you can start to embed into your drawing. That way you can start to make like a map almost of your imaginary land. And start to figure out what goes where, why. You don't really need a solid reason other than so you feel like doing it. So it's good enough for me. Some more. I'm having fun, and I hope you guys are too. It's fun to draw and just think about random shit. So, some more buildings here, so she's not floating as much. Start to build up the edge of that mountain. Maybe she has like a cool headpiece on, the Statue of Liberty, you know? She was cute. Something like that. Just fuck around. Who cares? It's your piece of paper. No one has to buy your drawing. No one has to like it. You're just doing it because it's fun as fuck. I hope you guys are all having a really good summer. It's been really nice to see everyone again after all these crazy times. Now we can start to put a little, maybe there's a nice little neighborhood next to the spherical area. It's more blocky. Something like that. Woo! I love thinking and seeing how the city changes all the time. It's something that really inspires me. Like every time, I'm from Philly originally, and every time I'd go to New York, I'd see all these different changes going on right before my eyes. It always inspired me. So it's crazy to think about how everything could be different. And these are just things that are ideas, and people pay for them and they become real. So just keep putting those ideas out there, and we'll have a better world. I like this one right here, little loopy. This guy needs some more definition to help stand out. That. Maybe this bridge has some cool wires hanging. This reminds me of like the Sydney Harbour Bridge in Australia. Always wanted to go there. Excited to start traveling more now that the pandemic is over. Something I haven't done enough of, admittedly. There we go. We're just having fun. I think there should be like another park on top of this mountain too. Something like that. Some more trees, squiggly. And then we're gonna put some more of these. You can start to put some more things around this guy. Let's do like another like shard. There's a building like that in London they just built that I really like. I think it's cool. I think it'd be cool if a whole building, a whole city looked like crystals almost. Maybe it's really shiny and like a crystal. Some more older type buildings from the modernism era. That's one era I particularly am sad about because they really were not thinking about the past when they started building all those brutal buildings. So a lot of stuff didn't get preserved. But moving forward, I think we can combine both and do something more beautiful. I really like Baroque architecture, cathedrals, and things that are beautiful I think will be easier to make in the future. Technology, 3D printing, stuff like that will make it easier to have a lot more detail. And make it so anyone can be an architect and build their own space. It's just fun to think about. Maybe this guy has a weird angle and it's thin. Let's do some more UFOs. It's crazy how all these billionaires are going to space. It's kind of stupid. I was thinking UFOs might be billionaires from another planet. I saw that on a meme on Instagram. Let's keep going. Our son needs some friends over here. No one likes to be lonely. But it's okay if you are lonely. As long as you're doing something fun, you're happy. That's all that matters. Keep going. Some more definition will help carve this out. Like some suggestions of where I should go to next. Which city you think? I want a city that's really inspiring. I haven't been to Europe yet. I've only been to Mexico and Canada actually. Well, they were nice, but I'd love to go to more places. So if you guys want to shout out anything like that, that'd be cool. I'd also like if you guys send me your drawings too that you make, so I could see what you guys are thinking about. I'm really excited to be here. Thank you, Lino Kino. Thank you, Hotbed. You guys take good care of me. And I appreciate that. Good friends are what makes life worth living. And cool places. And good music. So, those are things I all find important myself. Some cool step things. Wonder what that would be made out of. Steel. Maybe it could be made of recycled plastic from the ocean. Something like that really help reduce
global warming, which is pretty alarming. You know, gotta think of new ways of using our waste to make new things. Our waste could be useful in the future as a material. Maybe there's some weird robot that could go out there and pick up all the plastic and then turn it into a building material. Or maybe there's a tower here built from water bottles, something like that, plastic bags. Some more stepped things coming out. I like that personally. Just keep going. No worries. I think a UFO or a drone would be cool. I think drones in the future will be like the equivalent of flying cars. You'll be able to take a drone to your house in the sky. A drone Uber, maybe. I like just thinking of weird abstract things. And they really try to put those ideas into my cityscapes. What could the world be like if there wasn't so many stupid rich people who hoard all the money? All of our ideas could get out there and be funded. I think we'd have a way better world. Some more here. That's pretty fun. Woo! Hope you guys are relaxing, enjoying yourselves. It's been a stressful year, so we need to find ways to relax and to create a better future with each other. A lot of architects think that their way is the best, but I disagree with that. I think it's best when you ask people what they want to see, you get a lot of input. And that way we can have a world that is more communal. We can coexist better. A lot of architects don't go out of their studio, so we need to ask these questions as a society and make architecture more accessible so that our cities better reflect the people inside them. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, we having fun. The current city landscape doesn't work for everyone sometimes. We all need access. Different amenities, such as transportation. Think about the drones, maybe. You could even just do little dots. I like doing little dots around a building. Maybe that's a hot spot. If there's tons of people floating around wanting to go to that spot. It's a cool bar, Bach bar. Some more dots over here. Kind of think of like a flock of seagulls moving in the wind at the beach. Hope you guys have gotten to go to the beach this summer. Really enjoy swimming. Some more buildings. I think they're starting to talk to each other nicely. You can see there's one landscape over here, one over here. Start to reflect on each other. Speak to each other. Let's do some more spherical type buildings. Woo. Let's get in there. Since there's a cool Ferris wheel over here, maybe we could do like a roller coaster. That'd be fun. I love going on roller coasters growing up. Shout out Hershey Park. Got those supports. Roller coasters are pretty crazy. It's just whipping around all through space. Future, maybe drones will whip you all around. That's what you like. Just keep defining, going back. No worries. Another one. Fun little squiggly guy. Buildings need to be more fun. It's too stagnant right now. I like to think of buildings that are more, flexible, more playful. Really enjoy this one building in New York that looks like a Jenga tower. It's fun to think of like games while you're designing. That one specifically was designed by Herzog de Meuron. That's one of my favorites. You could also maybe think of these like the Bean in Chicago. It's nice to have those reflections, have the nature and landscape reflected back onto you. I think that's something that's really inspiring. Had this like fluid city over here, and maybe we can start to populate it more so with the older city, and then have those two talk to each other. It's nice to have that difference side by side. And if you wanted to color that, maybe it'd be like a cool paint or something like that. Whatever you want. It's just fun. You could even put some people inside this throne right here. Like a little stick figure. Just sit in here. It's future of Lyft. I personally don't use Uber because I've heard some things. So Team Lyft. Maybe they're playing some chess inside the drone. Cool little table there. It'll be nice once we don't have to drive anymore and we can just chill inside automobiles. I'm tired of driving. Personally, I don't find it fun. But I don't have a sports car either, so. Just keep going. I also love thinking about the different names. You can name the city. Maybe this is called Oklahoma 5000, or it could be, some kind of Oculus, some type of weird Greek name, Opolis, something. Try to figure out what my theme is and figure out the name from there. This theme is very playful, very quirky, so I'm trying to think of a name right now. Quirkyopolis. Something weird, I don't know. The weirder the city, the more fun it probably is. Philly's pretty weird. Always a good time. Something right here. Windows. Some more. You can start to even name the little neighborhoods. This is Little Maniac over here. Something weird like that. Not a Maniac fan personally, but whatever floats your boat. I've been loving Brooklyn because there's so many artists, cool people there. Everyone's been really sweet this summer. I think we've all been locked up for way too long. We're all happy to be together. I know I am. Some more of that. You can also start to think about what would the government be like for a city like this? Be super liberal. Does everyone here get a stimmy check every week? Probably. I would love that. Why fucking not? Some more. This could be a cool hotel for the amusement park. Also has a nice view of our girl over here. Let's define her a little more. Eyes are kind of small right now. Do like a little, some pupils. She can also have some cool glasses. Love cat eye. Always fun. Some more. Maybe there's some really fun places here. You can also name your little friends over here too. It's just fun to be creative, create your own world. 'Cause sometimes this world doesn't always do it right. What would a more perfect world be like for you? What does that include? Who's there? What kind of music's playing? Been loving the new Nicki Minaj mixtape. It's not new, but it's fucking good. Used to listen to that when I was in middle school. Just keep going. Fun town over here. This is called Mishtown. It's a cooler version of Fishtown. Fishtown's not as cool as it used to be, huh? Just keep going. Let's put some docks over here too. Some boats in the harbor, just a little dash line. Just keep overlapping. Populating. That's what a city is. It's a little mixtape. Different people and things. Here we go. Just got to do some friends over here. UFOs. You can see Jupiter from here, actually, as it turns out. It's probably my favorite planet in our solar system besides Earth. So, yeah, I should go there sometime. Maybe you could send, what's his face there? Jeff Bezos. Should check out that shit. Over here we can do like a little halo building on the top of that mountain. Maybe that's a really cool art museum. I heard they redid the Philly Art Museum part of it. Should go check that out soon. I was recently at the rooftop of the Met and that was lovely. I recommend to everybody. It's fun to just go around the city and check out all of the spaces. All the different things, different collections of things. You can do like a little pearl up here. It's a cool observation deck. Over here. It's really starting to get populated now. You see we're just moving through tons of different details. And all those little details, just little different ideas. So just getting those down there, it's really fun to think about. Especially if you're having a drink, smoking a little, doing your thing. No pressure. Just keep moving. It's taken me a long time to get confident enough in my artwork to even put it out there, so just gotta keep trying and you'll get there. It's not a big deal. And we all make mistakes. I have a ton of times. Here we go. This kind of reminds me of, there's this one building in London that was actually shaped wrong and it started burning cars because of the reflection of the sunlight. So architects have to think about things like that before they build billions of dollars into our skylines. And the clients should be a little smarter too. Just keep moving. It's nice to have these different heights, kind of get like a different beat almost. I don't like everything to be same. I like to have everything kind of collaged together, mixed around. So it makes it interesting. Interesting. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. Having fun. There we go. Some windows in there. Some definition. This curvy guy could use a little more definition. This looks like a fun little hangout spot. Maybe there's a cool pool up there. It's a hot day today in Philly, so I would love a nice dip in a pool. La la la. It's fun to do these. Maybe there's another guy that's taller, but a nice arch. You know, an arch. Like that. And then it has the underbelly. Just curvy little guy. Just keep moving it along. Started to find the edge a little bit. Maybe that goes back there. There's a little secret harbor. It's fun to think about places that you can't even really see that lead you to another place, maybe. Get our jelly guy over here. Imagine living in a city full of jelly. Just swim everywhere. That would be pretty crazy. Especially if you play some good music in there. Shaking all around. I would love to do that. It'd be fun if you could swim everywhere instead of walking. This guy needs some more. Boop, boop, boop. Let's keep defining it. Starting to really come together, I think, on this side. You can see, even though I haven't been going like too technical, as you compile everything together, it creates a whole that's nice. Let's keep going. Let's do some more of our pearly guys over here. It's maybe up here there's a nice little farm area. It can be kind of like LA. Some cool houses in the hills spread around. Beautiful views of the city. LA is really fun. Everyone there is really sweet before. We love it there. Living in the hills. I kind of imagine this place to be tropical myself, but you might want to think about the different trees and all the different landscapes. Maybe you have a desert city like Phoenix, so maybe the trees there are much different. Just keep going. And these drawings can take me, a day or maybe a week. So it always depends on the drawing and how far you want to take things. But it's nice to just put your thoughts on paper. Alright. Do this last little crest over here, overlooking the larger city we've created. If you guys have thought of any good names, I'd love for you to comment them. Tell me. And send me your submissions too. I want to see what kind of cities you guys are thinking about. And why do you think that's a good city? What makes a good city? And that's an individual question for all of you to think about. And I hope you all think about being a good citizen as you live your life in the city. Being a good friend. Throwing away your trash. Recycling. What does it mean to be a good participant in the place you'd like to live? It's a complicated question, but it's something to think about as you live your life. Just keep it moving. Time is flying by when I make these, tell you what. Get lost in your own thoughts sometimes. That can be a good thing. Squiggly guy. This is fun. Nice little cantilever. I personally love buildings that have cantilevers. I think that's a really cool design element. Gives it some more thought. It's pretty crazy. Getting some tall towers over here. Dubai vibes. I'm gonna call this one Lino Kinoville, so that came up with Lino Kinoville. My Instagram, you can also follow me if you want to see some more cityscapes. Lil CMAC 10. If you want to see some more city, buy some art, hit me up. I'm just going to keep pushing until the end of the hour. We'll wrap it up soon. Doesn't mean you have to stop drawing, but it's all the time I got here today. Just a couple more additions. Just keep moving forward. There's a circular guy over here. Pretty good to me. Alright.
Hey Connor, we have a question from the audience.
Yes.
So, I'd like to know, do you feel strongly about the mechanical pencil? Or is it that you just happen to be drawn with that today?
I personally feel like the mechanical pencil is the easiest, and that's why I'm using it. I think the pen is very committal. I think it's nice if you want to do the full range of graphites and have like an eraser on the side, but for me personally, I think that like a 2HB pencil is the most neutral for drawing. And that's why I chose that. When I'm doing like architectural drawings and stuff, I typically just stick to the 2HB. There's tons of people who use the full range of graphites, whether it's 2H, those types of things, and that will give you like a softer or darker drawing. But for me, the 2HB it's pretty good, and it'll give you a full range too, depending on how much pressure you put on the page. Thank you for that good question. All right, well, getting pretty tuckered out here, so I think it's about time to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll be back next week at 7 and on Tuesday. Thank you to Lino Kino for having me. Thank you to Hotbed and the whole team here. You guys are amazing, and I look forward to drawing with you guys again. Thank you.